My name is Josh Quinn. I'm one of the co-founders of the Boone County Distilling Company, and we're located at 10601 Tobin Drive in unincorporated Boone County, Kentucky, about a quarter-mile south of Florence. The Boone County Distilling Company, we've tried to take something old and make it new again. So in 1833, a man by the name of William Snyder and his brother John bought a flour and grist mill in Petersburg, Kentucky. They operated this flour and grist mill until about 1836, when they found that it was more profitable to take the starches in the grain and convert them to alcohol. So by 1836, they were making whiskey, and they operated a distillery called the Petersburg Distillery, also known as the Boone County Distillery. Now, it had several sets of ownership throughout its life, and in 1880, believe it or not, it was the largest distillery in Kentucky. Now, the distillery existed until about 1899, when it was sold off to some folks in Peoria, Illinois. It's laid dormant. The name is laid dormant for the past 100+ years, and my partner Jack Wells and I several years ago uncovered a great piece of history, and it was a research paper written by Matt Becker of the Boone County Historical Society. And it was called the Petersburg Distillery Snyder's Old Rye Whiskey. So we tried to take something old and make it new again. We found this paper, we found a great idea and some long lost history in Boone County. In October 3rd of 2015, we made the first batches of legal bourbon in Boone County since 1899. So that takes us where we're at today. January 1st of this year, we became members of the Kentucky Craft Bourbon Trail, and we're about 1.5 years old into our first batches of bourbon whiskey, which are quietly and patiently aging in our rick house. We offer several products. Our flagship bourbon is 1833. It is a 10-year-old bourbon whiskey. It has a set mash bill of 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley. We also have a product called Bourbon Cream, Whitehall Bourbon Cream. Bourbon Cream is a product comprised of our 1833 flagship bourbon and rich alabaster cream that we source from upstate New York. And we also have a product called Tanner's Curse. Tanner's Curse is our whiskey distilled from bourbon mash. It's whiskey straight off of our 500-pound, 500-gallon copper pot still made by Vendome Brass and Copper Works of Louisville, Kentucky. And we have more products in the research and development phase. Our products are sold primarily in Kentucky. We use Heidelberg distributors in Kentucky. You can find us at any local retailer, local bar. You can even find it here in our gift shop. We offer tastings and we do sell by the drink. We are in some other states, but only in select states. You can find Boone County Distilling products in several states. Of course, Kentucky, New York, Georgia, Arizona, New Jersey, Louisiana, Florida, and in Ohio, you can find only our bourbon cream. We are on the Kentucky Craft Bourbon Trail. You can tour our facility Wednesday through Sunday. We offer several tours each day, and they take about an hour apiece. The tours are $5. You'll be taken through a 45-minute tour by one of our professional tour guides. The 45-minute tour encompasses a tour of our production facility, where you can see our pot still, you can see our mill room where we grind our grain, you can see our fermentation tanks, and then of course our rick house where we age the product. After it's aged, you can come back and see where we dump the whiskey, and then we'll eventually bottle it and label it by hand. Boone County Distilling is unique to Kentucky for several reasons. Number one, we're one of the few distilleries that is on the Kentucky Craft Bourbon Trail. We're also one of 3 distilleries that is on the Craft Bourbon Trail that is located in northern Kentucky. Most of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail is in what they call the Amber Triangle, which is the I-65 corridor in Louisville, Kentucky, where you find the great Kentucky distilleries. But what we're trying to do is bring back some of that great Kentucky history and some of that awareness to northern Kentucky, making all of our whiskey by hand, truly a grain-in-the-grass facility.